introduce yourself to everybody who already knows you and don't know you.
Absolutely. Hi, I am Tanya Farron. I am the owner of Creative Living Ideas, a company I created in 2020. I am also the co-creator of the Virtual Wellness Summit with Damien. I'm an educator. I've been in education for a long time. I'm going to quit saying the number of years. I'm just going to say a long time. I have been an elementary school teacher, an elementary school principal, a virtual high school principal, and I'm currently a virtual middle school principal. So a long time I've been in education. I am the author of 8 different books. I have a book called Raising the Well-Adjusted Child, a Parent's Manual, which is my parenting handbook for parents. I offer professional development to educators, to parents. I have written 5 different self-care journals, a memoir, and a cookbook. So I've had a blast writing with my team at CLI, Creative Living Ideas, and we've just had a ton of fun. We're actually working on our 9th book. We were just meeting about it before this today, actually via texting and getting everything ready. So we're really excited about that. So that's a little bit about me. I'm excited to talk tonight about the Virtual Wellness Summit. This is our 2nd virtual summit that we have put together, and it is just getting bigger and better each time we do it. So I'm excited for those of you who are in the audience. Maybe it's your first time hearing about this. Maybe you just want to come back and hear more, but we've got some amazing presenters to share with you tonight.
Yeah, I am excited as well. This is going to be a high energy show because everybody who's a part of this show is a part of high energy and wellness. So without further ado, we're going to bring up 2 of our presenters who are here for the summit, 1 and 2. All right. Maddie and Anya, welcome to the virtual summit getting ready show. Let me start. You want to introduce Maddie for everyone, Dr. Farron, and I'll introduce Anya.
I do. I'm just going to say, like, I just want to say this really quickly. Our presenters, we have 22 presenters for the Virtual Wellness Summit. We threw out just a chart, a table, and said, here's the dates, sign up. And there's like been this divine intervention of people signing up together. And I just like their chemistries and their energies and what they do are so aligned that I've enjoyed that just happening. Like, we didn't plan for these presenters to be together tonight. This happened. They chose these dates. And so I'm excited about that. I want to introduce you to Maddie. Maddie is a member of my CLI team. And so she has been with me for 4 years now that we have been publishing books. She is my editor. And also, you know, we're all part of the creative team with CLI, but she does most of my editing, a lot of my blogs, newsletters, things like that, but also really strong and keeps me very organized too. You know, like, where's the agenda, Tanya? Like, where's the this? Where's the that? What's next? So yeah, so that's a little bit about the way I know Maddie. But Maddie, will you tell us about you? Like, what do you like to do? What do you do every day?
Sure. Yeah. So aside from CLI, I work at Villenueve University, where I'm in human resources. I also am a certified yoga instructor, which we will get into here shortly. So that's one of my favorite things to do is practice and teach yoga. I also am a softball coach. So that's another one of my favorite things to do. So happy to be here. Excited to present to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie.
Wow, that's impressive. And also got kicked out for some reason, I guess.
Well, we saw 2 of you, actually. We were seeing double.
I'm AIing myself. I'm cloning myself. It's a high energy show, so anything goes now. You know.
Yeah.
We also have someone else who's a part of this summit as well, but they're doing blanket statements. They're wrapping that up, and they should be here soon. But let's talk about energy. Anya is amazing at energy. She talks about it on Tuesdays. In the daytime, she talks about it on Fridays. And I learned something else about Anya, that she has several other businesses I learned today because going into her room. Anya owns a dance studio. She owns a salon as well, and she's really into wellness and relationships as well, and giving substantial logical advice when it comes to relationships. So, and she's also presented at the Virtual Wellness Summit. And I go to Anya's room. It's always on my list. I multitask. I use it as like the radio sometimes. Sometimes she be trying to talk to me and I can't really respond because I'm multitasking and doing something else. But Anya, welcome to Meeting the Presenters, Getting Ready, the Virtual Wellness Summit. Tell people a little bit more about yourself that I did not even cover, even though, and you're a mom as well.
Well, good evening.
I didn't know all of that either, Anya. You didn't share that with me when we met.
There's just so much stuff going on. It's like you can't, and then social media, they got the important stuff like the chit chat, and then there's like so much left out. But yeah, so what Damien said obviously is all on point. He's learning more and more with me doing my spills, because he knows that I can go on about energy for days. So like when he was saying, yes, I'm all about energy, I'll probably sleep dreaming about energy, and I breathe energy, and that's what I live for. But yeah, I do run 3 other. The only one that you didn't mention, Damien, there's one business you didn't mention, but I don't think I said it today. So I do have a salon, a spa, which is like a whole thing, and then a dance studio, and then I also have a barber shop and a tattoo shop, which is like a same business, but it's like a separate, for ladies and for men. So we do a lot of weddings now, and actually I just came home like 15 minutes ago because I had this new evening clients who wanted to have a consultation with my tattoo artist, and then I had to translate because my tattoo artist is Russian and does not speak any English, and the clients were American. So I had to go there and I had to rush back home to make sure I was here on time. So yeah, a little bit about me, a little bit. There's just what else? Tell me.
I forgot all about the tattoo. I forgot all about it. So thank you for bringing that up too. And you also host another live event on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I started with a new event on Wednesday evenings on LinkedIn, because obviously I want to, I don't like to do evenings. I'll be honest. This is like me winding down, this is me chill and like trying to be away of all this stuff. But I do know, different times. So I said, okay, let me give it a go in the evenings for Wednesdays, where I talk specifically about traditional Chinese medicine and numerology. So this is one of the tools that I use in my energy practices, and I help people to, bridge the woo-woo and the scientific with this specific tool. So a lot of people, we say Annika over there, very cool. Yeah, everybody like that. Everybody, when I say traditional Chinese medicine or I say numerology, it's like, wow, what? And they start asking questions. So it's a good, like I said, it's a good opener, I guess we can say.
So I met Anya at a women's networking event, and I went into her room and I was just like glued to like what she was telling me on the screen. And then I immediately made an appointment with her like right away, and we just had the best time together. So she's got incredible energy, so much fun. So I want to acknowledge the people that are in our audience tonight. So thank you. I'm sorry I took my glasses off. So we've got Mispa with us again tonight. She's presenting at the Virtual Wellness Summit with us. She was just on last night with us. Thanks for being here. We have Oli and Yusuki and Richard and Annika with us tonight, LinkedIn user. Leslie, she's presenting at the Virtual Wellness Summit. She's with us tonight too. So will you guys all just, and Leah, just would you drop in the chat, start thinking of some questions that you have for Maddie and Anya. We would love for you to join in with us. Give them a great big welcome. This is Maddie's first time being on a LinkedIn Live event. So let's give her some cheers and throw her some fire, because she's doing an exceptional job already. We're excited to have her with us. So we love that, love that.
I don't think I've ever been on a live LinkedIn also. So you're
all right. Then we're giving Anya some fire too, because she is killing it already. Excellent.
Good. I'm the only one.
Anya would be like, Damien, I want to come, but no, that's family time.
Damien's all Damien stuff. It's like in the evening. I'm like, Damien, please give me some normal times. Like I want to, like I really want to, but I'm tapped out for the day.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming. Speaking of, so time to pour on. We have a segment where we So pouring on is a segment that we have that focuses on who is that person, place, or thing that you encountered over the week that made you want to find inspiration that you want to pour onto and highlight. The metaphor of it is that we look at things from a negative perspective like rain, but it's a positive thing. It creates water, it creates opportunity, and I always have to do this part and drink my water. And it provides opportunity. So who are you pouring on to Maddie today?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say the girls that I coach for softball. They are an inspiration for me to be a good role model, and to show them, kind of what I've learned. And they help me grow as well. So I think this week we're starting our games. So they're really my inspiration as far as a lot of the wellness stuff that I practice, and the mental health stuff as well.
Amazing.
So I'm going to jump in for just a second and clarify for Maddie, because she's being modest at this point in time, because her team, so she's part of an organization of coaches, and part of my CLI team are coaches. And so we kind of take the spring off, but she does, they do mental training with these kids from 14 to 18 years old. They do mental training with them to help them with that. And then she does yoga with them. So she hosts yoga sessions and they practice on wellness with these kids at such a young age, already teaching them those things. And so they're doing incredible things with our youth. So
thank you,
Maddie.
All right. Monica said this is her favorite segment. Ali's talking about pouring on chocolate. And I thank you, because I had the same question on Dr. Farron. I was going to ask the age group so she can highlight them and the kids and what she did with them. But you got this. Anya, who do you want to pour on to? You can pick anybody you want.
Yeah, so you sent me an email today. I was like, what are you talking about? When? Because I didn't even get what he was asking me. Now I get it. Well, I'm in the middle of an online course that I'm teaching, and I have my students who are there, very eager and very hardworking. So I'm definitely gonna pour on them, because I'm just teaching them this traditional Chinese medicine, and there's just so much information. So it's like I'm bombarding with them with like facts and stuff, and they're just absorbing, and they're just really, really enthusiastic, and they'll sit still for like 2 hours and they'll take their notes, and they'll like not tell me to, they got to go to the bathroom. And I will just keep on going. So I'm definitely this week specifically for those students of mine, basically, who are ambitious to learn about this alternative perspective to life.
All right. Thank you for that. Dr. Farron, you have anybody you want to pour on to?
I do. I have somebody, Damien, that you do not know in this audience. And she had sent us a text, actually, to my CLI team. They used to be students of hers. Her name is Michelle Dunaway. So if you want to pull her up, that she says yay to Maddie. So Michelle Dunaway actually is my very first person that I reached out to when I wanted to create a book. I had the ideas of my books. I gathered my team. You'll meet some more of my teammates. Annie's on my team. Maddie's on my team. Lexi's on my team. Kristen's also on my team. She's not going to be live, but Michelle Dunaway is the first person. She is an author. She has been an author for many years. She has written, I don't know, put in the chat, Michelle, how many Harlequin romance novels that you have written in there. She has won like award-winning yearbooks at high schools. Like, this lady is a powerhouse. And we're going to have her sometime, Damien, on, I'm sure, down the road, talking about, writing and things like that. But I want to pour onto her because, you know what, if it wasn't for Michelle coming to us, to our house, I think it was July 5th or 6th, we got together in 2020, sat down, we had dinner, and she told me how to write a book. And she guided the girls on all of their editing pieces that they had already done with her. And we were able to create things. We gave her rough drafts. She tore them up. She red marked all over them. She had us rewrite them. And I'm so grateful for her, to have her in my life. And we still have, dinner dates. We were just texting today saying, we're doing dinner dates in April, and, we just stay connected. And she's incredibly inspiring, and just has really helped us grow. Yes, her 28th book. Yes. And she did do the dedication with Maddie, Lexi, and Kristen in her front cover of her book after 30 years in education. So it's incredible. So thank you, Michelle. I don't feel like I would be in this spot right here today if it wasn't for you encouraging me and leading my team on. So thank you.
Awesome. And now we have the writing warrior, aka
Salute,
Dwight.
salute. What's
Welcome,
going on?
Dwight.
Listen,
Hi, Dwight.
I'm going back and forth with all these different web browsers. I'm finally in Firefox, and it seems to be stable. So I'm here. What's going on? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. One love, everyone.
Love that. So Dwight, we're doing pouring on. This is the opportunity for you to highlight somebody or person or place or thing that you have found inspiration from for this week and want to highlight. Who do you want to pour on to?
Ooh, I just want to say Deanna. Deanna is amazing. We just had our blanket statement, and she went in on talking about suicide awareness and suicide prevention. The national hotline is now 988. So if you know anyone who's suffering from any type of suicidal thoughts or depression or mental health where they might need that resource, it's 988. And she just brought awareness to that. And we had a good conversation, and one of the stigmas is that people believe if someone is suicidal, if you talk about it to them, it'll make them commit suicide, but that's not true. You actually talking about it might make them more aware that they are not alone, that someone can understand something of what they're going through. So that conversation we need to have that more, correct? So I want to pour on her. I have an actual water bottle here that has a cap on, so I'm going to pour some of that on her, that she continue her wonderful appreciation and her understanding and her empathy. Right? Empathy can be draining sometimes, but she has a ton of energy, and I wish her the best and keep on doing what she does. I look forward to working with her some more because she did a lot of the heavy lifting. My word, I love that.
My guess is that was probably the first time that you've really met Deanna, because I know she's had a hard time. She's had a hard time getting to our meetings because she sees patients in the evenings. So she sends her autopilot to join us. Maddie coaches. It's hard for her to get there on Monday nights, also when we would have our team meetings. But I'm telling you, she's so amazing to talk to. So I love that you chose to pour on to Deanna. She's incredible. She'll be joining us one night also. I don't remember what night it is, but she's incredible.
Amazing.
Yes, and come back to actually meet Deanna and see exactly who Dwight poured on to. Ali loves it. Leah, who I just met recently in the audio room that I just did. So true, having those conversations around making sure those stigmas are, because people do think that because you talk about something, it's going to heighten it, and that's not always true. We're here for the Virtual Wellness Summit. We haven't talked about what it is. It's March 22nd and 23rd. It is 2 days, 22 amazing presenters, including some of these people who are on this screen right now. It's 26 workshops. Yeah, 26 different workshops, 2 each. And I see Anya like, wow. Yeah, I go wow every time I go to the link and I look at the link. And also you can get the link. Annika should have it put into the chat. You can scan the QR code down on the bottom, like Dwight said. You could go to Creative Living Ideals, and it was an overall experience of setting up overall wellness that we put together. Dr. Farron, you want to talk about what that overall experience looks like of wellness
At the
for
summit? At the
Yep.
summit? Absolutely. Let me go through and read some of these titles again. First of all, I know we've got a few more people that have joined us. So Dr. Rowe, thank you so much. She's an incredible person who's been doing amazing things on for women and for wellness also and parenting. So she's a great colleague. Grace, thank you for being here. And I think Christine, thank you also for joining us. And Lisa, thank you for being here. We've got a welcome. We start Friday the 22nd at 9 a.m. I'm going to give you a welcome, get you kind of fired up, ready to go. And then we go right into 2 sessions at 9:20. We've got Anya at 9:20, energy impacting your success, and then stress management with David Johnson. If you guys haven't met David Johnson, he is just a joy. He's delightful and super he has this contagious smile. I mean, all of our presenters are delightful. Revealing Your Wellness Hero from Within is another title. Yoga for self-care, breaking through burnout, building your community through curiosity. Then we have a networking organization or networking time that we're going to put together for you all. So anybody, all of the attendees can get together, network with other people in like-minded professions or professions that maybe you're interested in, things like that. Then we have in the afternoon, how to save a life, meditation, how to help end the stigma on mental health. Poetry is mental health. Dwight, you're going to love that. Managing impossible people at work or at home, unlocking potential using affirmations to support your child's emotional success. And then I'm the keynote speaker at 2:30. And then we end at 3:30 that day. And then in the afternoon or the next day, we start right away at 9 a.m. with Dr. Raheem Young and Sir Royce Brialis.
CST.
What?
CST time.
Yes, CST time. Thank you. In all you get, gain understanding. And then Who's Writing Your Story? Them Are You by Portia. Consistency Towards Greatness. Educator and Entrepreneur to Entrepreneurs, 6 Steps to Ignite a Thriving Business. So those of you that are entrepreneurs, Live a Life of No Regret. We have another session on yoga. We have Meet the Presenters at 12 o'clock. So you'll just get to come hang out with all the presenters, talk to them, get to know them a little bit better. Eating Well While You Don't Cook. We had Leon last night. So that is actually on our YouTube channel already. So you can go to Creative Living Ideas YouTube channel and you can watch that. It's also on Damien's feed from last night. Wild About AI, introducing Ruby, and that's with Heidi Wild. Good Grief with Deanna. Healing Relational Traumas, the Intricacies of Choosing Ourselves. Enhancing Your Support Network to Prevent Burnout. Unlocking Your Best Self Now. And Damien is closing us out, and we will be done at that point in time, which I'm kind of sad about that it's already coming to that point. But let me tell you about the tickets. So you can buy a 2-day ticket. So I just read all of those times. There's 2 presenters every 45 minutes. And the tickets are $159 for 2 days. That is not even the tickets to go one day, probably to Disneyland or something like that. So, you think about that, we've got 2 full days. You can buy single day tickets for $89. So if you just can only come Friday or you can only come Saturday, we have people that are purchasing just single day tickets. You can totally do that. But click on the code either on this flat or go to creativelivingideas.com and look it up, because I want you to scroll through and see all of these titles. You can read the descriptions, you can see the presenters, all of those things. I want you to click on it and go to it. It does not, when you click it, it doesn't mean you're buying it, but I would recommend that you treat yourself and do something good for yourself. So we spent time, just to unpack the virtual wellness summit, we spent time, Damien and I created some categories that we wanted. We wanted some physical, we wanted some mental, we wanted some spiritual. We were looking at a variety of different things, and we made sure that we had presenters in all of these areas, and that we approved to go through. So there was a lot of planning. There's been a lot of planning in it, and we're already planning the next one. But yeah, planning. So I think that wraps it up. It's time to go to questions.
Perfect.
Thanks.
So the biggest question is, are you a beach or a mountain person?
Are you talking to me?
Anyone. The question's
Okay.
for everyone.
All right. Who
This
wants
is
to
Meet
go
the
first?
Presenter.
Maddie, beach or mountain?
You know, I'm gonna be that person and say it depends on the day. I say all the time that I don't think there's a place in the world that I wouldn't want to travel. So I'm so sorry, Damien, but I'm gonna have to say both.
Okay. Yes, you're right. You have rights. I'm guessing that Anya is because of where she lives, but I might be
Me
wrong.
too.
Anya.
Wait. First of all, I actually heard you say, "Are you a peach or a melon person?" I'm like, what?
No,
I'm
that's
like,
the AI.
is
That's the
this
other guy
like
who's
an
been
analogy? Is this something that I don't know? I was like, there's got to be something, American thing or something English that I don't get. I was like, when Maddie started saying, I was like, oh, okay, oh my God, okay. Anyway,
no stand
so
a lot.
Are you a peach or a melon, Anya? Which one is it?
I'm like,
That's
what
because
is
she lives on an island.
No, okay. So yes, no, definitely I'm a beach person, obviously. But you know what's the funny thing? What I'm learning now, because I've been on the beach for like 10 plus years. I actually come from the mountain area of Europe. So I think I just got fed up with mountains for a little bit, and I was like, let me go to beach. And now I'm gonna say there's like this craving coming back towards the mountains again. So I don't know what to say, but definitely beach will be number one and the most like obvious one.
I love it. I love it.
Dwight.
Dwight, you can either say beach or mountain or peach or melon, whatever one you want.
Okay, so I'm going to be greedy. I want peaches on the beaches.
That's a good one.
That would come from the guy who's doing poetry tonight, right? Of course it would. I love
Yes,
that.
blessings.
I
Also,
love
the guy
that.
who put a tree in the chat.
I am. Oh, I like your new little logo. That's cool, Dwight. I'm a beach person. I am definitely, I mean, I'm like Maddie. I like to travel anywhere. Pretty much if you say, hey, do you want to go down and see Anya? Yep. When do you want to go? I'm ready. Like I'll clear whatever I need to clear, but I do love the beach. That's kind of my place. Damien, what's your pick?
Say peach.
No. You're not gonna mean me. I'm a beach person. I like beaches. It's over the mountains because I don't like. You ever driven on a mountain? It's the most
Scary.
So scary.
Yeah.
It's a little bit scary. Just a little bit.
It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
breathe too, Sometimes you go up a mountain and you're like, it's
I'm
kind
like,
of hard to
wow,
breathe.
like when does it stop? It's so close. Like, why would you carve out land to drive around that? Like, there's so many things that just pop in my head. Yeah, give me a beach anytime, and I use caution in the ocean. Also throw in the comments on are you a beach or are you a mountain person? We have some people. We didn't get a chance to introduce Dwight because Dwight is an amazing human being in person. He's doing the blanket statements. If you don't know what that is, it's 15 minutes. It's kind of like a debate battle between two individuals going against who has the best blanket statements on a LinkedIn audio. It's only 15 minutes, and you be the judge. And he also uses poetry as his secret weapon / motivation and skill. He talks about drinking water, so I know he probably definitely was going to say beach all the time. And he is stay hydrated is his thing. And he talks about editing and writing books, and he's written several books. And he's also talking about poetry on a virtual wellness summit. So Dwight, we wanted to just say welcome to Meet the Presenters and give you a formal introduction.
My life is a bomb with a 5-ring alarm. 1, 2, 3 contact. I do you bodily harm. Do you catch where I'm coming from as your life signs go critical? Beep, beep, beep. My hidden agenda becomes visible, physical, lyrical. My mission statement, hit the pavement. If anybody asks, like FedEx, I was sent to leave a dent in this world like an impact crater. I see the world for what it is, a baby shower. So poetry is about that expression and about that way of finding how, thank you, Dr. Tanya, how you can express yourself, right? You need structure, you need passion, you need purpose. But most importantly, you have to know what you want to say. And sometimes that journey into yourself takes some time. It takes energy. It takes some hardships and some joys. However, at the end of the day, your poem is your own. Your story is your own. And the sooner you own it, the sooner you become a better version of you. So I'm just happy to be a part of this conversation. Thanks to Dr. Tanya, first of all, for reaching out. You know, we had a couple of conversations. I am in awe of her process of her book journey with her family. That's what I'm doing with my family. So she is like a trendsetter, you know, and that's before I knew about her whole ecosystem of this mental health and wellness. And then meeting Damien, you know, I think they have found the perfect Batman, Superman combination, or maybe, to be politically correct, Wonder Woman, Batman, you know. So yeah, there we go. And to be a part of this collective, I've spoken with Maddie, I think maybe once, with Anya, maybe once also. But I think you have made a super team, and I'm happy to be a part of it. No one is a sleeper. You know, everyone is coming with straight energy, with experience, with love, with kindness, with vitality. It's amazing. And the fact that you have everyone in these 2 days, okay, my memory was reversed. There we go. In 2 days is fantastic because I don't think you can get this combination even after us or before us. So it's fantastic. You made a super team. You know,
I,
I think James Gunn would be a little bit jealous of you because you did it.
Dwight, that means, first of all, that just means so much to myself, and I know to Damien, because we really, we do feel like we have an incredible group of people here. I said it the other night, I'll say it every night if I have to. Every time I watch the video, the reel of all of you presenting, I mean, I feel like my insides just get excited and I smile, I grin from ear to ear, and I'm just like, I'm so proud of all of these people. Like, they are just going to go crush it. And it's just incredible. And it just fills me with energy. And I would love, like, wouldn't that be incredible? Maybe this is just all of a sudden the start of like this tour, right? That just tours around the country, right? That'd be fun. I don't know. We may get there one day, right, Damien?
Yes. Real quick, Dwight.
Yes.
Throwing a pin is still applause, right? For poets, right?
Yes,
Just making
it still
sure.
is. It still
Because
is.
I know
Listen,
people
poets,
didn't get that.
I know, I know. Poets have gotten quick on their feet, you know, because some points and some pens, you know, might be a little jagged, but no, we appreciate that. Throw anything at us, puns, quips, sarcasm. We can handle anything.
Yeah. So give Dwight some applause in the chat by throwing some pins down there. That's the
Snap,
way to
snap, snap.
salute poets.
There you go. Pens and
Right.
snaps. I love it. And let me just say, in case no one got that James Gunn reference, you know, from all the movies we've been watching with the superheroes, I always say that on screen, superheroes are larger than life. But in real life, the superhero is you. You are the superhero in your life. So all of us have this responsibility to achieve some degree of wellness, some degree of regular mental health practice, daily habits. Stay hydrated is one of them that allows us to be the hero in our own stories. So kudos to everyone for that.
Nice. Dr. Farron, you have a question? I know you had a question that you really wanted to ask.
Do you want me to do the one I did the last few nights? You ready for that one? Or do you want to go into like, what are they going to talk about at the summit?
You pick.
All right. Well, I kind of felt like with this group, it was not going to be that question. So I'm changing it. I really want to know with this group, because again, like I said, like the universe put you guys together. Like this is a very unique group and I like this. If you had to pick, would you pick a good book or a good album? What would you pick? A good book to read or a good album? Anyone can go, whoever is ready. And tell me which one it is. Like, I picked this book, this title. I picked this album, this title.
Wow. Well, I'll go first because
Okay.
for me it's quite easy. I'm always picking a good book, and the book I would pick would, besides the Bible, would be The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. And it is the precursor book to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbits, and it tells the story of how the elves and the men first came to Middle Earth and how they first discovered themselves. And it's a story of love and betrayal. So I definitely would choose that, the Silmarillion. Plus, I'm a musician, so I'll play something while I listen to it. But no, definitely book first. Definitely.
Love that. Never heard of that book, so that's interesting. And I know we have students that read that book, Lord of the Rings. That's a big
Ooh,
book for them to read in
classic.
middle school. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Thank you. Who wants to go next? Anya, just tell me, what is it?
That's a good question. It made me think. But I'll probably go with the book before I had toddlers. There was time to read books. Now it's like, oh my God. Now it's like this distant heaven. Sooner or later it will be in my hands again. But it one Sunday it worked for like 30 minutes. I think I got 30 minutes. And well, books. Wow, there's so many. Okay, obviously anything energy connected. So Abraham Hicks,
Oh,
anything
yeah.
laws of attraction, that's like probably number one. But what is interesting, and my God, I'm gonna try to remember because I'm very bad at names. But the one book that I loved and basically changed the perspective of me loving books, because in school they push you to read all this stuff and then they kind of like mark you like all books are boring and all books are like this kind of stuff, right? And you gotta, instead of like, what kind of books do you want to read? So there was two books that kind of helped me realize I'm like, I like reading. I mean, like, I actually enjoyed this. One was The Holy Grail, which I will definitely read again. It's like it opened a new parallel dimension for me. And the second one was from let's see, I'm bad at names. It was from uh, a Russian writer, and the name is Margaret something. But it was also like a little bit superpower, like third, dimension kind of fantastic kind of a book, science fiction, I guess we can call it. But Margaret something. I'm not gonna remember. But those two books were again got me into a different dimension. So I think something like that is a huge plus for me. Yeah.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that. You will be able to read one day in about 18 years.
18. Okay, so I got like 16 more ago. Okay, got it. So like, Mommy, let's read. I'm like, no, Mommy's gonna read. Mommy's gonna read your book. Can we do that? No,
Right.
let's read Moana. Oh, Lord.
Not again. Some of our books in our house had to disappear, just saying.
My books don't have pictures. I want to read a book without pictures.
All right, Maddie, what do you think? Would you pick a good book or a good album to listen to?
I would also pick a good book. I think books have always been kind of an escape for me, where I'm able to go and just, forget about everything, get in that flow of reading. So definitely a good book. I think what I'd probably choose, if I could only choose one, would be Wuthering Heights. That was the first like classic that I read. And it's kind of how Anya mentioned, it's like went to another dimension. It was life-changing. So yeah, I'm sticking with the trend, going with a good book.
I've never read Wuthering Heights. Never.
You
I
should.
might have to. Okay. I might have to. Damien, it's up to you. Are you going to go with the theme of good book, or are you going to pump up the jams?
Let's go.
I feel like he's going to switch it up.
If I have to pick, I'm going with an album. But if it was if it was all or nothing, and it like I can have nothing else for the rest of my life, an album or a book, I would have to go like the Book of Eli route with Denzel and take the Bible, because of the stories, the history of it. It's the most read, one of the most read books of all time, arguably the most read book. So I'll go with the safe bet of that. But if I had like an option of like daily to pick, I would pick a great hip hop album.
Nice.
Because the
Like that.
lyrical, it makes me think, and you always keep catching different symbolisms and messages even
Mhm.
years later. The
I
songs
mean,
I've heard
now, wait.
10,000
Now
times.
I want to know, what is that album?
My favorite song of all time is "Good Day" by Ice Cube. So
So Ice Cube album.
probably.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily think it's an Ice Cube album. It's not an Ice Cube album, to be honest. But if I had to pick one song, it'd be that. Just that song.
Nice.
I love that.
Good
A lot
question.
of people in the audience, Mispa said album for me. She probably never finished the book. Ani, a lot of books. I love that. A lot of books, Ani. Exactly. Excellent. Anybody else who's in the audience wants to join and participate? Drop in. Album, book, which one? Christy said Jay-Z album for her. I love that. I love that. I love books, so that's a tough one for me. I love self-help books. I'm always reading somebody's, like you said, The Secret or Abraham Hicks or Mel Robbins or something like that. I always like something like that going. Leadership, business. I like Simon Sinek, all of those types of books. But I also love music, and I love all kinds of music. And the first one that popped into my head was like, I've always loved Rod Stewart. I've loved his voice. I've loved his music for many, many, many years. And so I would pick, if I had to pick like the last, it would be Rod Stewart. Yeah. All right, Damien, why don't you ask them a question about the summit?
Yeah. What day are you coming to the summit?
I'm coming to both.
That's not my question. So my question is, your topic. You picked the topic, you thought about it, you created it. What are people going to gain out of that particular topic when they come to your room? Like, what is the tone of your room going to be like, and what do you want to leave them with? So it's like a two-part question. Maddie, you're up.
All right. I am presenting yoga for self-care. So I'm going to lead y'all through 30-45 minute yoga session. The tone of my room, obviously I'm going to have calm. I'm going to have a stress-free environment, but I really want it to be inclusive and approachable. I know there are a lot of thoughts and feelings around yoga. Oftentimes it's seen as, too difficult, or I'm not flexible enough, or, not as inclusive as it could be. But that is the complete opposite of what I want to achieve with my session. I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable, everybody feels confident, and everybody leaves feeling refreshed and like they learned something new.
I love that. Are you doing chair yoga?
I am going to mix in a little chair yoga. So some things maybe you could do at your desk or, during a break from work, something like that.
People out there, y'all didn't think I knew that. Yeah.
Look at you impressing the world. I love it.
Shout out to Leslie who showed me how chair yoga is. I can't steal the credit for that. Leslie did that. The writing warrior, Dwight. What's your room about? What's the energy and what's the takeaway?
Oh, it's gonna be a little fuego, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna bring a little slow burn, right? I'm gonna start with a big pop. So I'm gonna open with a nice poem, take it from the very top, and then I'm gonna slow it down. Because what I want the takeaway to be is this. Whoever's in my room, you are there because poetry and mental health links with what you're trying to do in your life. And a lot of times we are afraid of expressing ourselves because of what others may think. So one of the 4 things I'm tackling is you will come into my room afraid, very afraid, but you will leave a little bit braver, just a little bit. I'm not asking for much, Just a little bit braver with your words, with your voice, with your ability to understand that you have a responsibility to you to express yourself. Now, what folks don't realize is, for me, poetry is the tip of the spear. What that means is what you see, what you hear, what you understand from the poetry and the words is just a small part of it. What's behind it is the full weight and the impetuous of my experience, of my lifestyle, of my choices, of my faith, of my career, of my family, of my ancestors, of every single decision I make goes into the single point of a pen. And that is what you'll gain from poetry's mental health. Because in life, we're trying to express ourselves, but first, we have to find ourselves.
I like that, Dwight, because I was about to close my eyes and imagine it, but I realized I was on camera, so I couldn't close my eyes and imagine it because you was taking me to think about it, like the visualization of it, and
Listen,
that's definitely a writer, the writer in you.
we are going there all the way. Like I said, a slow burn, start with a pop, then we're going to simmer, then we're going to raise the heat a little bit. I want everyone to come away feeling that they've gained something and they understand themselves a little bit more and they fall more in love with poetry.
I love that. Now I'm thinking these rooms should have just been back to back to back. I don't know where they fall in the line, but it just seems like they flow. And this is like, you're right. The universe made this work.
Put this together, this bunch. I know.
How about you, Anya? What is the tone and the energy of your room going to be?
Okay, I hope you can hear me because the Caribbean weather apparently started glitching a little bit. Okay, well, yes, my room tone is going to be lots of positivity. What else can I say? But no, I'm definitely going to aim towards, being this full potential power. This is not just empty, I'll say, hyping. A lot of companies do empty hyping, but really understanding that if we want to be successful in life and how to be successful in life in a proper way, what we need to pay attention to and how all of this is connected. So I know there's a lot of ambitious people on this platform. A lot of ambitious people come to summits, and there's so many ambitious people who are focusing on the the career, on the sales, on the money and all that, which is all great, and I completely agree with all of it. But that there's some, I guess, self-sabotaging patterns of people not knowing that you need to adjust somewhere else energy, again, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your physical health. And when you're able to readjust or reassess or recalibrate, if you will, then that you are meant for greatness. And again, we're going to go and dissecting the fact of how miraculous your life is, and we are not here to live it small. Want it all. I want it all. We want to get it all.
She's incredible. I cannot just, she's just incredible. I want to recognize a couple of people. Chiedza, thank you for dropping. The Alchemist is a great choice of a book. I love that. I have read that one myself. Bojana, thank you for being here also. Christine, thank you for being here. Yeah, lots of great people in the house tonight. Thank you so much and for your participation. Annika, if you'll drop that link in again, we'd greatly appreciate that. I just want to say, Dwight, I would have loved to have had 5th grade Dwight in my classroom. That's all I have to say. Like, that would have been, I could just imagine, like, I bet you as a child had incredible answers, comments, conversations that probably just brightened your teacher's day. I could just see
it did. It did. And I would have loved having you as a teacher for sure. That goes without a doubt, because having you as a professional coworker is amazing. So I can imagine. And you're correct. My teachers used to always say, they would ask a question and they would say, everyone except for Dwight. Because of course I would know the answer. I put my hands up. I had no shame. I still don't. If you know the answer, don't be afraid to put your hands up every single time.
Right.
And my teachers are the ones who encouraged me to read more books. My first gift from school was actually a mini thesaurus and mini dictionary in a beautiful case I got in maybe 4th grade, I want to say. and it's something that we always don't appreciate enough. But teachers are so much the heroes that we don't acknowledge enough, you know? It's
Oh,
a
thank
beautiful profession. You do it because you love it, and teachers forge the future. Like they're the ones who guide the children
you.
when the parents are at work. So
Yeah.
no, it's phenomenal. And if we can do anything we can to make children feel safer, to make them learn better and appreciate the finer things in life, we're doing a great service to the world and to the community.
Absolutely. One of the things that's really important to me, right? Spreading all of that love and guidance to kids. So I just want to say, this has been so much fun tonight already. And I was sitting here thinking, and I had to write this down so I didn't forget this. I was like, I don't know. I just presented at a in-person conference this past weekend. I didn't get to know any of the presenters beforehand. I had maybe some titles of conferences and some descriptions. I didn't even get to see what they looked like. I didn't even get to see anything about them, other than this is the title and this is the description. And this is so great. And I have to give kudos to Damien. This was his very first idea when I was in the process of doing the Work-Life Balance Summit. He was presenting and he said, Tanya, let's do a meet the presenters and let's talk, to them. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And so we did that with the last one. And honestly, it's amazing because where else do you get to go and see everybody that's going to present, hear something from them, get to know them, personally get to connect with them? We want that. And so one of the things that I've wanted, and Damien agrees with these, is we want, Dwight to promote whatever he is, his writing, his books. We want Anya to promote her energy coaching and her sessions that she has. A lot of other places, like when I went to this conference, they said, you can't sell your book here. You can't do a book signing here. Like there is plenty in this world. And if you know anything about abundance, or there is plenty in this world for everyone. And we want to bring that to everyone in this world. So this is only going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and be incredible. And so come each night, because each night through the 20th of March, we are on every night at 7 p.m. Come and see these presenters, come and meet them, get to know them, find out what resonates with you. And I don't mean like pick this one, pick that one, but what Dwight's talking about is going to resonate with some people. What Anya and what Maddie is doing is going to resonate with some people. And so, get to know them so you know what sessions you really want to make sure that you get to on those 2 days. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Before we get to our wrap up, I have a question. Why the Virtual Wellness Summit? Why? As presenters going into the Virtual Wellness Summit, what made you say, hey, I want to be a part?
You made me.
I was going to say, Maddie's going to say, you made me, Tanya.
Hey, I got that much power. I appreciate it.
That's not my reason, but I second that motion. Thank you, Anya. That's a good one. I like that. I'm here for all that. Mm-hmm.
I got a quick one, because I'm a yes girl. I just say yes to whatever. I seriously, I mean, if it's in norms, like, don't get me wrong right now, but good stuff, I'm always for yes, always. Like the movie with, what is it, Jim Carrey? Yes, man. Here I am in female version.
All right.
You're awesome.
What about you, Maddie?
I would say yoga has been so life-changing for me that I want to share it with whoever I can, whenever I can. So the Virtual Wellness Summit was such a great opportunity and platform for that to happen.
Yes. And I'm excited for you to be here and be a part of it and be with all these incredible people. And Misbah, thank you so much. Yes, I agree, right? There's no competition, only collaboration. There's plenty of room for all of us. And I'm all about extending a hand and opening the door, both of them. Let's do it together. And that's so much fun. Yes. The Virtual Wellness Summit for me, The reason is because we have encountered all of these incredible people that have so many talents in a variety of skills and fashions, and I wanted the world to see them. And that these people are all over the world that are presenting with us, and we want to reach everyone around the world. I want to let you all know in the audience that I know some people it's nighttime that are joining us, or it's later or early in the morning. For our people that are over in Africa and other countries, if you follow Creative Living Ideas on YouTube, you can go ahead and you will get a notification if you subscribe to it. So if it's your middle of the night or you had to leave, you can get that notification. We are uploading these so you don't miss any of that. You can still join us for it. I am working on trying to find a way to get recordings so that people that are in other countries can purchase the Virtual Wellness Summit if they can't attend it due to time zone. So we are working on that. Please know that. Doing my best that I can with that right now. There is a lot of manpower behind it. The other night I said we weren't doing it. Now I'm trying to find a way for people, because I've had so many people reach out to me and say, either I can't because I have something with my kids' event, or I can't because I have I'm out of the country, time zone issues. And so I'm working to find the way to be able to put that together for people to be able to see. So working on that. Damien, why Virtual Wellness Summit for you? Tell them.
It's easy. It's a no-brainer. It's like common sense for me. Think about this logically. Like me and you had this conversation. I helped co-create the Virtual Wellness Summit, and we wanted to make it as simple as possible and as affordable as possible, an opportunity for people. Thus, it's called the simplest name possible. The virtual is virtual. It's about wellness, and it's a summit. And we wanted to bring cool people who are in our community together on a platform where they can have conversations around what they do. And also, a lot of people in education, healthcare, technology, and social services are always being burnt out. Those are the biggest industries in the last couple of years where people have said, you know what, it's time to go. I'm bailing out. I'm on the shelf at home, layoffs and stuff going on with people. And we wanted to create a summit that was affordable and also had this level of so many things that are going on. We started this and had this conversation around we were starting like October, September, having a conversation around this while the other summit we was planning. And then when we put this together, it was about, okay, November, let's create an early bird special. Let's make this $47 around the holidays so people can get it quickly. And then we had a set time that was like, you know what, logically, there's so much going on the holidays, 8 holidays between Halloween and New Year's. Let's make it $47 until the 15th of January. So we were making it affordable and accessible. And then we were like, you know what is the highest we can go, but low enough where it can add value and support for people. When we made it $159, we created the 1-day passes. And it's just a no-brainer for me. I get to be around people who I know are amazing, talk and do what they do. It's always a lot of talks about thought leaders and thought leader this and title this. And, I know the people in a part of the summit, they are elite at what they do. Like really elite and really strong at what they do. And it's about, let's have a platform and opportunity so people can see how great these people are when I go to the audio room, when I talk with them in coffee chats, when I have conversations with them, when I meet them in public, or when I bring them to talk to my kids, my families, my work. It's a no-brainer for me. It's just simple, and it's easy for me to say because I feel it. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it because I feel this. I know with the people around, and it was an amazing experience. Even like the summit, putting together is probably more exciting than even doing the summit probably. And I can't even imagine because I enjoyed having conversations and collaborating with people. So it is a no-brainer for me, and it just is what it is for me. So I'm sorry that was long, but that's how I feel.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Thank you for sharing that. We are at an hour. Here we are already. I told you it was going to be easy breezy, you know. Super, super great. We are here every night. Again, you know, follow us. When you go to Creative Living Ideas website, sign up for the newsletter. That way you know when all of our events are. We have more events to come. We have the Work-Life Balance Summit coming in October. We're already prepping for that. We have a parenting summit on April 1st. And it is from 6 to 8 p.m. No fooling. It is April 1st and it is great. It's 2 hours for presenters. I mean, we just kind of get down right to it. It is wonderful. So make sure that you share that out. And then also, if you haven't signed up for the Virtual Wellness Summit, get your ticket now. There will be a time where like ticket sales will end. So don't wait too long. Get your ticket now, share it with some friends. If you've got a neighbor and you want to get together, pool your money together, get around the computer together. You can do that or have your company purchase it for you. Ask them if you have employees. This is a perfect gift, a perfect way for you to show them that you care about them by getting them tickets to the Virtual Wellness Summit. But stay connected with us and follow all of the presenters here. They're just doing great things. And we want you to stay connected with them, message them, ask them questions, all of that. And we would love for you to be a part of our community. So make sure that you're staying connected with all of us. We would love that.
Final thoughts, everyone. Final thoughts, Dwight.
Dr. Tanya just gave our services away for free. You have 10 questions with me for free. 10 questions, okay? After the 10th question, I start charging per question. So, come with your 10 questions, make sure you have them ready, and make sure they're good ones. You're allowed to have 2 parts to each question and a follow-up, just to be clear.
I love that.
Maddie, Anya, final thoughts?
I'll see y'all next weekend.
Anya, final thoughts?
I'm very excited. I know it's going to be like a versatile virtual event. It's been a while since I've been to a summit, so I'm very excited for all the parts of it, all the great people, and then the networking, it just makes it juicy. So I can't wait to connect with new people, see some new faces. So yeah, highly excited. Make sure you send it out, blast it out to your friends and all that, so we can get like good amount of people who are on the same page or, want to help each other.
Absolutely. Excellent. Blast it out.
And the link for tomorrow's lineup, who is presenting at Meet the Presenters tomorrow, we have Dwight again. Dwight's back tomorrow. We have Leslie Flowers, and we have Lexi tomorrow. So, and that post will be out in about, give you 6 minutes. It'll be out. So, all right. With that said, Dr. Farron, you want to close us out?
Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Make sure that you come tomorrow night or sign up for the YouTube channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Damien, are you going to show the reel before we end?
Of course.
We close out? Awesome. Okay. Take it away.
And thank you for showing up, and goodbye.